Possible. Today we are making venison breakfast sausage. This is with Lyle's First Deer. Before we get started, I wanted to take a moment to talk about some of the channels out there that take a lot of sponsorship money. I've never really been into that type of thing. Here at Anything is Possible, we can't be bought or sold.
Then again, on the other hand, how much have you got?
All right, before we make this sausage, we got to clean up the counter. And I'm going to use the Super Clean. It is biodegradable. You can hear it's a little low. I use this all the time. Coolers, grills, fishing equipment. I feel bad it's taken me so long to get this video out. I just felt like I wanted to do a really good video, but look, the can's almost empty. What else do you need to know? This table has been our junk table for many years, and I'm going to make sausage on it. My wife actually made this table. She's the useful one in this house. We actually met in wood tech class. I built a sled that broke the first time I tried to use it, and she built a table that we've had for 30 some years. Works good, guys. They also sent me the wheel cleaner. That's literally just a 2-minute cleaning right here. You excited? Our stray cat's excited. We just picked this up at Walmart for like $4. It's just the spices to make breakfast sausage, basically. We'll break it down in a minute, but we're gonna use 50% pork because that's what we have laying around the house, and 50% venison from Lyle's First Deer he shot last year. This is for like meat sticks. This one is for sausages, so I think this is the one we're gonna use for the links. And this one I believe is just like if you're gonna put it in, there's 1-pound game bags of meat for freezing. And this is the grinder plate. So the grinder, show you real quick, give you an idea how this grinder works. We'll build it up from the beginning here. So this guy goes on first. Has a little lock feature right there. Then you want to put the blade in. Just make sure it fits right into the hole there. You got the cutter right here. It's squared to fit that square. There's a little plate, the grinder plate. We start with the big holes and we go to the little holes. This is for course. There's a little thing right there that fits into this thing. Real descriptive terms here. I'm a fisherman. I got time for all this stuff. I just get it done. It's gonna taste good if you keep the meat fresh. That's all I know. Make sure it's nice and tight. Put this plate up. This is where you're gonna put your meat on and actually feed it in. And then this just helps you jam down the meat down the hole. We'll show you the sausage attachment and a little bit later in this video, but that's how you're first going to grind the meat anyway, so that'll be step one. Guys, I apologize for any background noise. We've got the remnants of Hurricane Debbie coming through. Our power's going in and out. Things are beeping, fire alarm backups, but we don't need any of that. We're going to make this. We're going to get this sausage done. First thing we need to do, the package says it treats 5 pounds. We need to make sure that we have 2.5 pounds of pork and 2.5 pounds of venison. I don't have a scale or anything, but I do know we bought this pork loin. That's 6.6, so let's say 6 pounds. Cut it in half. That'll be 3 pounds. That should be okay. Boys aren't crazy about seasoning anyway. I may trim some off and use it, just throw it in the smoker or something so that it's closer to 2.5 pounds. So basically we're going to mix it 50-50 with the venison. That's going to be step number one. From my limited experience, and you know, I've done this a lot, but I haven't done it to the level where I can tell you exactly what to do. We're just real. We hunt, we fish, we get it done. We're busy, we have family, we work our butts off. So it'll work. You can get all nerdy if you want. But what we're gonna do here basically is, power just went out again, but we're back up. I think I was telling you about the proportions, 50-50 basically. From my experience, the most important part of making sausage, or grinding meat for that matter, is having it at the right texture. So like completely thaw it out, cube it, and then you kind of have to hit it in the freezer. This meat's just about perfect. As soon as you can peel it apart. All right, try this again. Power went down again. Yeah, this meat right here is ready to grind. This pork, I'm gonna cut it down, cube it, and throw it in the freezer so that it's at the same texture as this, and we'll see at the next step. All right, for the casings, we're gonna use the Mossy Oak Gamekeeper hog casings. I think these are gonna work for breakfast sausage, even though they don't say breakfast sausage. Don't mind the kids in the background. Kids have their friends over, and they're playing Nerf guns. From what I understand with sausage making, the casings are a huge part of quality, so you want to spend money on good casings. Are these good casings? I can't tell you yet. That part we are not experts on by any means, but what we have to do is we have to go soak these. All right, came over to my sink. I think the instructions said, like, yeah, here they are right here. Simply rinse the casings and soak in warm water for approximately 30 to 45 minutes. From what I've read online, it says at least an hour, and there's no maximum, so I'm gonna soak them overnight. Let me just first, and it's definitely salty, so let me wash that stuff off. Put them in the bowl here. So I got the casings, I soaked them overnight. Want to stick your fingers, 2 fingers in like a balloon, and open the top up and run water through the casing. Look at that. I'll have to go down here. Yeah, that should work. That should work. Let's get the meat going. All right, we got the meat mixed up, chunks of venison with chunks of pork, and we got the grinder, I think, ready to go. What we're gonna do is start loading it up down this chimney like this. Put as much meat up here as I can, and then we're gonna get this thing grinding. Get the other bowl out. That one's ready to go.
That looks good.
I'm trying to alternate it. The pork is a little bit more frozen than the venison, so I'm kind of alternating them, thinking that the frozen pork will keep everything cold. You want all the metal cold in there so the fat doesn't stick around the blades. All right, so we've got the meat mixed. I just poured it equally into 2 different bowls. And now we have the spices from the packet that we bought at Walmart. So 1 packet does 5 pounds, so we estimate that this is about 5 pounds. And so what I'm gonna do is just sprinkle that on the top, like that, and we're gonna mix that in. Lyle, you're gonna take this bowl over here. Okay. Put this in, mix that right there. That's a good spoon to mix with. You're going to want to just get that in there and mix it. Good. It's supposed to make it kind of sticky. So get in there with that and mix away, boy.
Yes, sir.
You want to work quick with sausage because you want this meat to stay as cold as possible. when you're stuffing it and mixing it. It helps it go through the grinder and the stuffer better. We're using a grinder. We have an attachment on it. All right, now we want to hook up the stuffer. Let's get this guy back on. So we put the spacer in instead of the cutting plate, basically, is all we're doing there. And we're using, I think it's the 1/2 inch. It's the medium size. You're better off with metal. Okay, so that's ready. I've read you don't want to do oil on here, if anything, water. But next step, well, let's put our top on. We're going to need that. We're going to need this guy. So now we're ready to stuff some casings here. Yay! I'm going to open the end. I'm going to put a little bit of water in it. Get your fingers in it like that. It's one of those things you get better at the more you do it. But put a little bit of water in it like that. You get it over the end. One thing we found with our mossy oak casings was that they were really twisted. That might be the way casings are, I'm not sure. So we struggled on the first couple casings, but once we got the hang of it, right here I'm kind of untwisting it. Once I had the patience to do that, it slid right on. Now, depending how long you want your sausage link, you can cut it and tie a knot. So right here I tied the knot. You'll see it creates an air bubble. You just take a pin and you pop that. All right, and you want to bring this all the way down to the end like this so that it comes off easier. Now that we got it all the way up there, we got to work it all the way back down.
Very funny.
Okay, now
Watch the job begin.
watch the job begin. Let's get a good load up here. We want to get,
I kind of want to see this. Never seen this happen.
I think we want to stuff it all down there pretty tight to avoid air pockets if you can. That's where a real sausage maker, I believe, really benefits you. So let's get this thing cranking. It's going to be loud. One hand should be on the actual stuffer to control how much casing can fly out, and the other hand supports the actual sausage so it doesn't twist or break. Alright, so what I'm doing there is I'm pinching this so that it doesn't come out too quick and then just guiding it with the other hand. So I'm just going to pull a little bit extra here and I'm going to make another knot. Alright, so that's our first sausage. And you just want to go back with a pin and you want to stick a bunch of pinholes in that because that'll get the air pockets out. See the air pockets there leaving, and that gives you a better seal between the casing and the actual meat. It'll prevent sausage blowouts. You don't need sausage blowouts. There we go. What do you think?
That looks so good.
All right, that's our first one. We're gonna just repeat the process here over and over again. You can make them as long as you want. We like them like a serving size, I guess.
Yes.
I never really paid attention to the casings we've used before, so I'll start doing that. You know, we're going to keep doing more and more hunting videos because we eat everything we catch and shoot, of course, and I'm sure we'll learn how to make this better and easier. But you got to start somewhere, and that's what I hope our videos do, is inspire you to just get started. We're going to try to take this sausage and break it into 4 sections here. So let's try to find the midway point here. So you should be able to pinch it like that if you haven't overstuffed it, and we definitely haven't. And then we're going to pinch that right here. And then once right here. This was a bit of a cameraman fail here. 12-year-old looks like he got distracted. But it's kind of what you would imagine it being. You're just taking the links and just twisting them around. It's that simple. Every other link. I don't know what mini link's doing, but there you go. What do you think?
Hey, I'll have the mini links.
So we can cook that, we can pop them. Everyone's got their fork, so we can freeze that as one meal right there.
Yummy.
This was Lyle's first deer. We shot this in our backyard, and last year was his first year hunting, so that was our mission, to get a deer. Right? We like to cook our own food, whether it's fish or hunting. We have playlists out there. We have a hunting playlist that this will be on, so check out our other videos, the deer heart videos in there.
Deer heart.
The actual video of getting this deer is in there as well. And I just find preparing it, cleaning it, eating it, taking it from the field to the table kind of, you know, concretes that memory and experience. I don't like to hand it off to a butcher or something. I like to take it from field to table. Cleaning up these ends, making it look professional, making sure to cut beyond the knot. Pin all over it. That's going to help the skin, the hog skin, hog intestine is what it is, adhere to it. All right, you want to get both sides. We're going to flip it over, flip that over, flip that over, flip that over, and also, when you're cooking, it allows some of the juices to come out and not collect in there and burst it. Okay, they're done. We're going to just do the same thing to this tray, and then we're going to cook some of these up probably tomorrow morning. Maybe we'll have a breakfast for dinner tonight. We'll see. But stay with us. I got a couple more tips to give you before we end this video. All right, we got to clean our mess up. Going to use Super Clean. Ready for next time. All right, we've got it bagged up and ready for the freezer. Ideally, a vacuum sealer would be better for this, but we'll work with what we got. It won't be here long. I do have ways to vacuum seal fish. We could probably do that here just by submerging these in water. However, like I said, these will not be here long. We like to eat big breakfasts in this family. So here it is. We'll see you when we cook this up and close out the video then. All right, we're gonna make this breakfast sausage for dinner. We could not wait till breakfast. So I usually cook our sausages by boiling them. I boil them until I feel like they're pretty much cooked all the way through, and then I'll brown them in a little bit of oil just for coloring basically. So I'm just going to drop these guys in right now, and I'll keep track of how long. I always go by sight, but I'll try to tell you guys how long it took. Here's our sausage. It took us about 30 minutes. I boiled it for about 20 minutes, and then I browned it in butter for the last 10 minutes. All right, I'm going to end this. This is the last video of this GoPro. This GoPro is dead. We had eggs, pancakes, and sausage. Everybody liked it. Lyle, look alive. All right, guys, my time to eat. The boys are fed, the wife's fed. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Check out our hunting playlist. Hunting season's right around the corner. Get those freezers cleaned out. Catch you on the next one. I want to thank all my members. You can click the join button and see what comes with it. For as little as 99 cents, you can become a member and a supporter of any fitness possible. School is starting up, which means Member Monday videos are back. Every Monday we're going to be live, members only. Links to my member channels are in the description of this video. Shark members are Stephen Merchant, Wendy Jane Watson, Tim Likes to Fish and Hunt, Stuart the Fish Whisperer, The Incredible Bulk. The Chubs are Paul from P&B Catfishing, Captain Clark's Sea Dory Adventures, Todd Projects, Hapless Angler, Scott, Mission Discover, Nolan, Creed Garner Fishing, Rushing Wind Mountain, that's Ruby, and my minnows are Keith Doc Green, Fish Head Videos, True Eco, and Curly Express. And I had to jump back on this and add Burn. He just joined us as well as a minnow. Thank you guys.